Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Happy Juneteenth. Thank you so much for being here with us today on Storytime, wherever you're joining us from. I hope that you are ready for a fantastic story coming to us from Natasha, Tripplett, Daniel O'Brien, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in here. I hope that you are well. It is indeed another Storytime day, but a very special one as we come to you on June 18th. And you'll be seeing, if you check your local libraries and lots of spaces around you, there are festivities commemorating this very special day. So please, if you can, do take a peek and get to learning, get to reflecting on what this day really means. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Please, please, please let us know you're here so we can say hi to you. And of course, too, if you're joining in with other people, well, let us know so we can say hi to them as well. And it can be your pets, it can be everybody else. Every family member is welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And I am glad to be here with you to bring you this wonderful book. And please continue sending in those recommendations and doing the very best I can to make sure that those books come here to Storytime. And of course, if we cannot bring them, we'll at least mention them so others know the titles and can look out for them at your local libraries and wherever else they access books. Thank you indeed for being here. This is Storytime coming to you live from Moraga, California. Thank you so much for joining in. And I hope that where you are, the weather is kind to you today. Remember to take care of yourselves. Hydrate, sunscreen, whatever you need to be out there safely. Yes, thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And getting ready for our story. So grab everything that you need to make this Storytime even better. What you need, is it a nice iced drink this morning? Is it a warm drink? What is it that you need? Is it a snack? Maybe some dried fruit? Whatever works for you, get it, bring it, and get ready for Storytime. I'll be right back after this very short break. Thank you indeed for joining in today. Happy Thursday to you and yours. Thank you so much for joining in.
Have you ever wondered what makes you special? Maybe it's the color of your eyes. Maybe it's something that you can do, like sing. Well, with my brand new book, I See Me, you'll find out exactly what makes you awesomely special. Make sure you keep in touch with me on my social media handles and at Just in Time for Storytime. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Lamont.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you. Just in time for Storytime. Do check that one out. Thank you so much for being here with us today on Storytime. Our book today is JUNETEENTH Is, and this one is written by a friend of ours here at Storytime, Natasha Tripplett, and illustrations by Daniel J. O'Brien. And of course, it is another one that we're reading with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. Oh, and I was debating on whether to read this at the end or not, but let's do it now. Let's just go through this on the significance of red that you will see around Juneteenth, and there's green and black and orange and everything else that you see, but the predominant color being red. Here we go. The color red is prominent at Juneteenth, at many Juneteenth celebrations, as a symbol of the bloodshed, grief, and anguish experienced by enslaved people. Red foods such as barbecue, strawberries, watermelon, and red velvet cake have made their way onto Juneteenth plates. Red drinks such as hibiscus tea, red Kool-Aid, and red sodas often accompany the Juneteenth meal. Many people also wear red clothing to respect the past. Some historians believe the significance of the color red came with enslaved people across the Atlantic. In many West African cultures, red is a symbol of strength, spirituality, and ancestral connectedness. It is imperative to remember that Juneteenth is so much more than just food we eat. Celebrating Juneteenth is a privilege that honors the legacy of the people who made this holiday special. It is about family, love, and community. We gather together on Juneteenth to share a history that unifies us all. Yeah, something to think about as we go into this beautiful book. Juneteenth is written by Natasha Tripplett, illustrated by Daniel J. O'Brien, and read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. On Juneteenth, I awake to the smoky smell of Daddy's slow cooking brisket. Yes, on Juneteenth, I awake to the smell of Daddy's slow cooking brisket. Facing the rising sun, peeking over the hills, Jubilee has begun. And if you want to learn more about Jubilee too, there's a book that we've read here on Storytime. You can find it at your local libraries as well. It's called Melena's Jubilee by Zeta Elliott. It'll give you a fun insight, a fun way to learn about that amazing day as well. So if you can, Melena's Jubilee, find it. Facing the rising sun, peeking over the hills, Jubilee has begun. I skip ahead to the music as Daddy carries the chairs. Juneteenth is the perfect sidewalk spot. Yeah. You have to find that perfect sidewalk spot, don't you? Otherwise you miss all the good stuff. A parade of steppers, dancers, singers, drummers, all march. Colorful candies rain on the crowd. Horns belt out a freedom song. A queen in braids winks as she pop-locks her way past. Mama calls her a hope for tomorrow. Yes, indeed. A hope for tomorrow. I love that. Black, red, and green flags welcome us to the cool breeze of Granddaddy's front porch. Hugs and fist bumps. Girl, you're getting tall. Forehead kisses and hugs again. Warmth floods my soul. Oh, Juneteenth is being thankful to be together. Yeah. Yes. It's the little things, right? Juneteenth is being thankful to be together. Yeah. Black, red, and green flags welcome us to the cool breeze of Granddaddy's front porch. Hugs and fist bumps. Girl, you're getting tall. Forehead kisses and hugs again. Warmth floods my soul. Juneteenth is being thankful to be together. Yes. Yes. Juneteenth is the house getting louder as more cousins, aunties, and uncles, neighbors, and play cousins arrive. Stevie gives us something to say from the boombox as the snare beat brings us back in tune. Juneteenth is the ladies singing in the kitchen. Good morning to you, Pamela Courtney. How are you doing? Happy Juneteenth to you. Yes, thank you for joining in. Oh, I love this book. And I don't know if you've met Natasha yet, Pamela. She is amazing. Juneteenth is the house getting louder as more cousins, aunties, and uncles, neighbors, and play cousins arrive. Stevie gives us something to say from the boombox as the snare beat brings us back in tune. Juneteenth is the ladies singing in the kitchen. Juneteenth is my favorite uncle's jokes. Sitting on the curb watching the game. Watermelon so sweet you close your eyes to chew. Ah, I love it. Juneteenth is my favorite uncle's jokes. Sitting on the curb, watching the game. Watermelon so sweet, you close your eyes to chew. Granny calls us in to eat. Go wash your hands. We're about to pray. Juneteenth is prayer. Yeah. Yeah. Granny calls us to eat. Go wash your hands. We're about to pray. Juneteenth is prayer. Yeah. Juneteenth is generations of family recipes. Secret rub on finger licking chicken. Juicy mouth on fire hot links. Mac and cheese, collard greens, potato salad, smoky brisket, barbecue baked beans, honeycomb bread, and stories from the past. Oh. Invite me right now. Yes, Juneteenth is generations of family recipes. Secret rub on finger licking chicken. Juicy mouth on fire hot links. Mac and cheese, collard greens, potato salad, smoky brisket, barbecue baked beans, honeycomb bread, and stories from the past. Red in the sauce, red in the soda, red in the watermelon, red velvet cake, red in the suffering. Yeah. Juneteenth is the history lesson not taught at school. And I'll come back to this point just a little bit later. But read that again. Red in the sauce, red in the soda, red in the watermelon, red velvet cake, red in the suffering. Juneteenth is the history lesson not taught at school. Granddaddy's deep voice reminds us why we're here. It's not the slam of dominoes or the slam dunk of the mac and cheese. Sure good though. Sure good though. It's about the door of opportunity no longer slamming in our faces. Yeah, and still a lot of work to be done on that end, right? Yeah. Granddaddy's deep voice reminds us why we're here. It's not the slam of dominoes or the slam dunk of the mac and cheese. Sure is good though. It's about the door of opportunity no longer slamming in our faces. Yes, Pamela Courtney, that. I was going to come back to it later, but I'll just mention too that I It's probably 3 years ago that I got to learn about Juneteenth. A colleague, a friend just happened to mention it, and it's like, what's that? And at that point, I'd been in the US, what, 12 years? So it just shows how much, and I'd taken what history lessons throughout classes and stuff. And so it just shows you too, like, went through. And then even when you look at the curriculum that is used in the schools, fourth grade is supposed to be the history and all of that, but it's nothing still. So, yeah. And that's why diverse voices are important, right? So that these stories can come out, so that this history, the real history, America's history, can be taught. Granddaddy's deep voice reminds us why we're here. It is not the slam of dominoes or the slam dunk of the mac and cheese. Sure is good though. It's about the door of opportunity no longer slamming in our faces. Juneteenth is remembering lives long before our memories. Sweat on our brows, cotton in our fingers, the straw that broke our mighty back. A lump creeps into my throat. Juneteenth is remembering lives long before our memories. Sweat on our brows, cotton in our fingers, the straw that broke our mighty back. A lump creeps into my throat. The proclamation took 2 years to be proclaimed. June 19th, 1865, the American Day of Freedom. General Granger rode into Galveston, Texas, and read the order. Slaves are free. Yes, the proclamation took 2 years to be proclaimed. June 19th, 1865, the American Day of Freedom. General Granger rode into Galveston, Texas, and read the order. Slaves are free. Juneteenth is freedom shackled to a Parks, King, and Obama future. Yeah. Juneteenth is freedom shackled to a Parks, King, and Obama future. They did their part. Can we do ours? The work continues. Former slaves marched in the first Juneteenth parade. We have been marching ever since. We march in celebration. We march in unity. Proudly we march on the land of the free in bravery. Yeah. Former slaves marched in the first Juneteenth parade. We have been marching ever since. We march in celebration. We march in unity. Proudly we march on the land. We march on the land of the free in bravery. So many stories just in this one page too. If you can later on pause the page and look at it and see what you think. I can see, John Carlos there. Yeah, so much to think about. Juneteenth is all of us. Yeah. Juneteenth is all of us. Wow. We are America. Yeah. And that is the end. of our story today. Thank you so much for joining in here on Storytime. I hope you enjoyed this one, coming to us from Natasha Tripplett and Daniel J. O'Brien, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Juneteenth is a good point to stop and reflect on this holiday dedicated to this amazing day of reflection. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more story time.
Hi, my name is Zetta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. LaMotta.
Welcome back. Thank you indeed for joining in Storytime. Appreciate you all, and thank you for joining us. And as always, let us know where you're joining in from. If you can, leave a message. If you're watching later the recording, please leave us a message. Let us know you're here. And of course, always welcome feedback on how we can make Storytime even better for you and everybody else that joins in, of course. Thank you so much for being here. And one of the things that it mentions in here, it mentions red, and it mentions some is color. Some historians believe the significance of the color red came with enslaved people across the Atlantic. And you will see too that as you go to many African countries, you find the colors. Like right now, the shirt I'm wearing is the Zambia national soccer team shirt, but you can see the green, the orange, the black, and just all of those colors that are still reflected in blackness here in the United States as well, and world over, really. And each one has a significant meaning, right? Of course, the black representing black pride, and the struggles that people have gone through. The blood, the red representing the bloodshed, whether it's struggles for independence or whether it's people toiling in conditions that were forced upon them as they were uprooted from their lands, right? And then, of course, everything else, natural resources that come with that, whether it's the green, but just thinking about that as well, and that connection that is there between the motherland and, of course, people elsewhere in the diaspora. But yes, today is a day of celebration, a day of remembrance, and, of course, a day of resilience. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Appreciate you all, and please spread the message. Let others know what's happening in your community, what's happening in your neighborhood, or what's not happening that needs to be happening Juneteenth. Thank you so much for being here. Big thank you, of course, to Natasha Tripplett and Daniel J. O'Brien, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco for giving us this amazing opportunity to reflect on this amazing day. Thank you so much for joining in. And Pamela Courtney, thank you for being here with us. Appreciate you. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And of course, let's keep telling our stories. Let's keep telling those stories so we're all aware of what's happening. And of course, as we mentioned in the book there, the struggle continues. It is a fight that continues, and we continue to advocate for what's right. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Kathy, thank you for being here. Luna, sending you love as well out there in Ohio. Thank you indeed for joining us here today on Storytime. Have yourselves a wonderful Thursday, and whatever you're doing, hopefully you're able to get a glean at some point in your neighborhood, maybe some celebrations, some Juneteenth celebrations that may be happening, and maybe you're also enjoying some of that wonderful food that was described in the book. Have yourselves a wonderful day. This has been Storytime for today. I'll see you again tomorrow when we're back with another amazing book. Biggest of hugs. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. LaMotta. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. LaMotta, where all your dreams come true. Oh, it brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Ooh, story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.